Welcome to another Where I Found My Ship, and today we've got something special. Finally been able to get my hands on a Vista II pretty reliably. The Vista ships are some of my favorite looking ships in the game. Don't know why, but I just love them. And I've been on the hunt to find Vistas reliably ever since I posted that first video of the Vista I. But now I can give much more confidence in giving this information, as I've been able to spawn the Vista II not just once, but 3 times within a 2.5 hour testing period. And what I'm hoping is that this is a sufficient amount of consistency that this could be possibly replicated for everyone, because I haven't come across a place that has produced Vistas so frequently. And I mean, I've spent hours, days even, trying to recreate getting that Vista one. And for whatever reason, I could not get Vistas to spawn no matter how hard I tried. But I've started a new game and there's a few other little tricks that I'm going to share with you, and hopefully this will give you a much better chance to get the Vista II for free as well. There's no bounties, even in the situation where you have to kill the crew. So we'll quickly get into what you're going to need, so the perks you're going to need to be able to get the Vista II. So you're going to need your piloting, rank 4, to pilot Class C ships. The last perk you're going to need is your security, rank 1, to open the hatch, which will be locked under an advanced lock. And since you're going to have to unlock the main hatch, you're going to need a digipick. So bring a couple with you. It's always good to have these on you. Now, another important step is I want you to put the difficulty on to very easy. I haven't done exhaustive testing on this, but at least in the last 2 hours, I've been on very easy. When switching to other difficulties, I had a different result. Not 100% sure if it means or does anything, but this is just what I've done. It seems counterintuitive, but maybe perhaps the algorithms are like, this guy's on very easy. Let's not give him anything too hard, so they just drop lots of UC ships. Not too sure, just a gamble, but this is what I did. So what's this awesome location that should hopefully yield a Vista II for you? Well, we're going to head over to the Serpentis system. And in particular, from my testing, what's yielded the best result is Serpentis 5D. I haven't checked all the planets or anything like this. This is a new game again, so I haven't been to all of them. And now what's really important to note, none of these finds were using the save and reload trick. You don't know what the save and reload trick is. Just when you land, the game auto saves. If you get a ship landing, you don't like it, you can just reload that autosave and a different ship should appear. And people can farm ships this way, but from my testing, it seems to be very difficult to get Vistas doing it this way. So all the Vistas I found were on original spawns. So I would land, the first ship that spawned was a Vista II in all 3 occasions. So that means doing the save and reload trick, what I've tested, is not going to work for this ship. It seems to be on the first encounter only have I been able to generate it. Maybe other people have had much more luck or a different experience, but for me at least, that's what I'm going to base this off. Again, important to note, this is not a save and reload trick. This is get the Vista II on your first landing. Now, the other thing that's important to note is that all my findings were in craters. See over here how it says craters? All the landings, I was just landing in craters. I didn't do any testing on mountains or in the other regions to find the Vista II. What I would do is I would start with trying to spawn this only in craters. I wouldn't try frozen hills, mountains. So yeah, stick to craters. That's probably your best bet. Now looking at the resource locations, because apparently the resource locations are going to be the same for everyone. Now I still don't know how much that's going to impact the random generation of the surroundings, but at least this will give you a better idea. Very first Vista I spawned was landing right here. Now do note, that was the very first time I had touched down on the planet. For whatever reason, the first time you visit a planet always seems to generate the best chances of getting a good ship, at least in my experience. The second location I got a Vista II was over here. So you guys can clearly see. And then the third one was down here or something, or actually it's more like in the middle. This video is going to be longer than normal, but I want to give you enough information and walk you through what my experience was, just to give you as much information, so hopefully it will help. Now, what was interesting is that all 3 encounters with the Vistas were all different. So the first one, on the very first time I landed on the planet, Vista II landed at a fracking station. So normally in instances like this, you would get a crew outside and they're looking for ship parts or something, but I didn't get any of that, or I didn't really stop to check or see, so I didn't really see the crew. I just had to unlock an advanced lock and then waltz right in. I also found 2 big bang guns, so that was a nice score, but it was a simple jump in the pilot seat and had no issues, and that was my first Vista claimed. I tell you what, I was so stoked because I've been looking for this ship for such a long time. It's been very annoying to try to get this to spawn. Okay, so what did I do after I got my first Vista? Well, I made it my home ship, and I traveled to another planet in Serpentis, which was Serpentis 5b, and then I wanted to reset the spawning. What did I do? I traveled to the closest system nearby, which is Naira. Stopped in at Naira, just whatever planet it was, and then talked to this Mrs. Whitemore. That was hella annoying. She spoke for ages. And then what I did, I just actually jumped straight back to Serpentis. I went straight to Serpentis 5D orbit again, and then I just landed over to the left here. So I landed, exited the ship, and then I looked up to the skies, the heavens, and I could not believe it. There was a second Vista. Now, what was unique about this one is that this one had a crew. I'll just show you a little bit of me running over just so you know it's legit. You can always tell it's a Vista because it's just massive. So as I approached the second Vista, couldn't see any crew that had landed. The door didn't need to be unlocked either, so you could walk straight onto it. And this actually had a crew. So it turned out to be one of those classic smuggler captains. So I spoke to the captain, and perhaps there's a better choice here, but I just said, yeah, I took the goods and then ended up just murdering the whole crew, which did rack up bounties. But in the end, it didn't actually give me one at all because I still don't have a bounty for this ship. So once I'd killed all the crew members, I went to try and enter the ship, and I could not for the life of me get access to the ship. I even triple checked the whole ship, couldn't find anyone. I didn't even get cannot access. I got no messages, nothing. I just couldn't even get anything or any kind of reading from the captain's seat. So I don't know what happened with this one, but I was not able to claim this Vista. So if you do have that happen, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened here. If anyone knows why I couldn't enter this ship, please let me know in the comments. So what did I do after the second Vista that I ran into? So I ended up trying to jump around between systems, coming back, trying to repeat that initial process. I then was trying different moons. I tried the save and reload process, get it to trigger a third time. And I was really looking for that third time to give that more consistency, offer this up to you guys. But I wasn't having any luck. I kept getting different ships. What didn't seem to be working. So what I did is I went back to Nira, saved the game, exited the game completely, opened the game up again, and then I went straight back to a new location on Serpentis 5D, and would you believe it? A third Vista. So between getting the second and third Vista, I did spend a lot of time trying to jump from system, and I couldn't get it. But I did get it after exiting and then loading back into the game. Don't know if that makes a difference, but it did for me. It seems to reset it a bit better. And then the Vista in this case, which landed very close to my other Vista. This one had the crew come out. They were probably looking for parts or something or selling something. So all you got to do is kill them. But now looking back, you don't actually have to kill them. I think you can just jump straight into the ship. I can't remember off the top of my head, but let me know if you remember in the comments. I did have to use a digipick and open a advanced security door. And then this one, I could just jump straight into the captain's chair and had no issues. So 2 out of 3 is not bad. And within 2.5 hours, I nearly had 3 Vistas, which is huge because I haven't had that kind of success at all. Now, do note, I'm level 90 in this. I'm on the NG plus 10. I have spaceship design level 4. And that's all I can really think that might influence your prospects of getting the Vista II. Now, I'm still struggling to find the exact answer on how much level impact ship spawns. From my testing, I was trying to get some Class C ships and I was level 20 and I wasn't having much luck on these other planets. So there might be something to that. It may be level locked. Then I hear plenty of comments of people getting Class C ships and they're under 20, under 30, under 40 levels. So it's a real mixed bag. I'm not sure if I can give you a definite answer on that just yet. And lastly, if you do want to register for Vista, it's sort of fluctuated between, I think it was like, I don't know, 55,000 to say 65,000, just registering it in my own inventory. So yeah, you're looking at about 55 to 65K to register the Vista if you want to modify it. Otherwise, it's completely free if you just want to fly it around. And with all that said, that should land you a Vista 2. I'm looking for a Vista 3. If you find one anywhere, please let me know in the comments. If you did get anything out of this, please consider liking, subscribing, supporting the channel, donating, whatever. Been really enjoying chatting with you all and dropping things in the comments. It's awesome. And yeah, thanks very much. And I hope you got something out of this. If you have any questions, chuck them in the comments. And peace till next time.